Hello, welcome to another episode. My name is Zaben, and today I'm really excited to share with you this specific insight that came my way that I know is going to be of service to so many people out there watching this. So I'm going to share a sentence with you, and when I share it, let me know how that makes you feel, okay? I am going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on myself. How does that make you feel? Now, I was watching someone yesterday, the day before, and they shared their tremendous fear of stepping into their true passion, right? And taking full force into it. And that person's boyfriend, when she finally took that step and she was so afraid and freaking out and like worried and everything, he just simply looked at her and said, "Good for you. You're finally gonna bet on yourself." And that sentence stuck with me. I was like, that is so true and so profound. Like, how often do we not bet on ourselves, right? I wrote my notes down. We spend the better part of our lives betting against ourselves in most departments of our lives. That's what we do. We spend so many years of our lives constantly betting against ourselves. I bet this relationship won't work out. I bet he's going to see my faults. I bet, nobody's going to love what I do. Who will want this from me? And we just go on and on and on. Like, we have this passion that arises within us. It feels like, oh my God, this is it. And then all of a sudden the contraction begins and it's like, oh my God, but this isn't me, and who's gonna love me, and people are gonna be mean to me, and nobody agrees, and this is so out of the box thinking, and you start betting against yourself. We do that. We start to bet against ourselves because of all the limiting beliefs that kind of bubble up and rise the minute you're like Superwoman. You're like, I'm gonna do it, and then these all beliefs start to bubble up and say, no, you're not. No, you're not. Who are you? Who do you think you are, right? Who's going to listen to you? What do you know, right? You're nothing. Everyone else is better than you, right? And then when you recognize that I have never bet on myself, like I've always bet against myself, like I will fail, right? This isn't going to work. I'm not as pretty or not as smart or not as sexy or not as intelligent or not as a go-getter or like nothing, right? Like it's constantly betting on oneself, against oneself. Like how sad is that? How sad is that? Like you're the only one that can bet on yourself, right? Because so many people will have, unless you have a really good crew of friends that will always cheer you on, will find the positives in you, will let you know how wonderful you are. Blessed those who have family members like that, right? Who actually constantly up and promote the person, right? But in general, or a lot of our experiences have not been that way. Therefore, we've got a lot of traumas. Therefore, we've got a lot of limiting beliefs, right? Due to our upbringing. No fault of anyone's. It's just the way it was. And now it's like relearning who we are. Relearning that, hey, none of that is true. All that is not true about who we are. So what does it mean when you bet on yourself? What does it mean to bet on yourself? It means that you're on your side. When you come up with a plan, when you come up with an idea, when you desire a kind of relationship or a kind of man, or you desire a kind of lifestyle, right? You don't bet against yourself. You don't go against yourself. You don't find all the reasons why those things that you desire, you don't deserve, or you'll fail at, or it's like a yuck thing. For just a split second, go with me here. Just go with me. Just close your eyes and say, I bet on myself. I'm on my team. I'm on my team. And I encourage this team to win and get everything they desire. Just feel into it. How does it feel? I'm sure it's like, what? Have I never did that to myself? Maybe you have, but through a traumatic experience. Maybe it's like what you used in fear of something, but it wasn't just a pure reality for you. It wasn't just a clear truth for you, right? So start trying it out. Think of that project you want to do. Think of the kind of partner that you feel that you deserve, but you're too scared to believe that you deserve. You know, you're scared to be abandoned. You're afraid to be hurt again. You're afraid to fail. You're sick and tired of constantly not reaching the goal you want. And then finally sit and think, well, how have I been talking to me? Have I had my own back? Have I been on my team? Or have I always been on the team that tells me I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving, I'm a failure, I don't matter, I'm unlovable? Whose team have I been on? Obviously not mine. So it's removing yourself from that team that is always shaming, blaming, putting you down, making you feel like you don't matter, going from that team and saying, well, instead of the world and my inner world pointing the finger at me and telling me all the limiting beliefs that I have internally and believing them and being on their side against the poor little me here that has so many dreams and aspirations, I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to say, wait a minute, put a stop to everyone. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to know I'm on my team, and my team says I'm going to get everything I desire because I deserve it. So I'm going to bet on me. Start using it and let me know how that goes for you. And if you're looking for a private session, please use the link at the bottom. Get in touch with me and let's see if we're a good match or not. Please don't forget to hit subscribe, press like, leave your comments, and I will see you on the next episode.